Okay, today's demo is how to use Sharpie to shade in stippling, line design, or cross-hatching your cylinder. Okay, so what we're going to do first is make sure that you erase any extra lines that you're not going to use. And the cool thing about shading is this is how we create that illusion of a three-dimensional form on a flat page. It's pretty cool. I am going to start with, I'm going to cross-hatch. Okay? If you are cross-hatching your cylinder, what you want to do is actually create lines that are parallel with your drawing and create that illusion of roundness. And since my wrist kind of moves in this form, like it pivots, or my hand pivots on my wrist, and I'm looking down on my cylinder, I'm going to turn my paper upside down to actually create my hatch marks. The key is, for shading, that you can actually shade so you can erase your outline. So there's actually no more need for an outline. I want to explain what I mean about parallel lines. Notice how this line right here, this is what I'm going to actually create in ink, is broken lines that are on a curved form. This is my curved form. This line is parallel with this line. My vertical lines are parallel with my side lines. You're really creating the illusion of form in this way. What we're going to do, because I feel like it's the easiest, is we're going to do cross-hatching for our cylinder, stipple for our sphere, and line design for our block. In the end, you get to choose for your sports object, which is our final 100-point project for this class. If you do crosshatch, stippling, or line design, you get to choose. Crosshatch is a little bit more difficult on a sphere. Who can tell me why?
There's no line.
Because the lines of the sphere are all kind of like curving in different directions, so it makes it harder to make the illusion.
To create the illusion, and the student was absolutely right, to create the illusion of a three-dimensional form on a sphere, you have to create, in both directions, curved lines that are parallel with the form. And this whole thing is curved. So it's kind of difficult. I can demo it one-on-one for anybody that's interested in doing that. And what you want to do is look in this light at your cylinder, and I'm noticing, because my light is right above me. I have this light right here. It's right above me, and this is my step 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. 2, 3, 4, and like darker on the outsides. Who can tell me what these numbers mean?
Shades?
The darkness of the shades.
Yeah, you're both right. Remember when we did those charts, the shading sheet chart, from step 1 to step 7, and I said, I know it doesn't seem important now, but when I come around to you and say you need more of this step or that step, it's important. Like, that's how we communicate lightness or darkness, is in terms of steps. So I'm just going to erase, and wherever your light source is coming from, that's your lightest area. Okay. So straight lines, again, parallel with the sides. This takes practice. what might happen to you, and it's okay if it does, is you might mess up. No big deal. That's why they call it practice. If you mess up, what you'll do is just move your cylinder on your desk and then draw it someplace else. I actually like to see the progression. I like to see the fact that you're learning. I don't expect you to get it right on the first shot. So, notice what happened to my lines as I'm going around the form. I have less and less. Tomorrow I'll have you guys, I think it'll be helpful, take out your shading sheets. The only difference between this and your shading sheets, between this and your shading sheets is your shading sheets are all flat. Those are flat it's a flat surface. These are three-dimensional forms. Because line design is the most difficult and a cube has flat surfaces, that's why I suggested to try line design. We tried it on here. It's the easiest form to shade. Okay, bottom of the cylinder where my step 1 is, I still have to make a broken line. If you're wondering why, it's because when I erase my pencil, that edge would just totally disappear. Since the light is coming from up above, for all of us, there's not going to be really much shading up here, and you don't have to shade the inside. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So give it a shot.